Hello, my name's Vanessa Miles. I am Director of Wellbeing, which is a social enterprise which uses creative photography projects to enhance well-being. We do this by running small, supportive, non-competitive groups online with a task to do in between. We've been working very closely with Devon Recovery Learning Community, as we've been lucky enough to be awarded a grant from the National Lottery Awards for All to run a series of workshops in collaboration with them. We work with all kinds of organisations and all kinds of people, but we're finding we have the most impact in those that find it really hard to access their communities, often because they have a disability, a long-term health condition, or they're particularly anxious for whatever reason.
I'm Mandy and I live in Barnstaple, North Devon with my husband John, my dog Amber and my cat Tibbles. Up until 2015 my life was really good and I was very content. However, in August of that year I received the devastating news that my eldest son Aidan had been killed in a road traffic accident. He was only 20 years old and he died instantly. So there was no time to say goodbye or anything, and it was all a bit of a shock. Losing Aidan was devastating, but the fact that the person who was responsible for the accident wasn't given a prison sentence made everything much more difficult. After this, I struggled with life. I lost my job and became very depressed. I became very withdrawn. On top of this, my husband had been diagnosed with incurable blood cancer, and he had been undergoing treatment with chemotherapy and radiotherapy. And in the few years after, we also lost a very close family member, my sister-in-law and my best friend. And Callum was finding things very difficult. Callum, my younger son, finding it difficult to cope with having lost his only sibling. And then the pandemic hit, and because of my husband's illness, he had to shield. He had to stop working, stay at home, and me and Callum decided we would, in order to protect him from the virus, we had to shield too. So everything that I had built up to try and manage my life by working, going out, that kind of thing, I had to stop. So I sought help from my doctor, who suggested I try and find something like a course to do to pass the time. And I went online and came across Devon Recovery Learning Community, who had a well image course that Vanessa was running on photography. So I joined, not really knowing what to expect, and was very anxious in the beginning. I'd never done anything on Zoom before, and I'd not done any photography courses. I hadn't got a camera or anything. As the weeks went by, my confidence seemed to grow, and I would look forward to actually showing my photographs rather than being nervous about it. And I'd enjoy the positive feedback that I was getting from the others and from Vanessa. It boosted my confidence, and I just became more confident in myself, not just with my photography. One of the highlights was getting to know people in the class, but also to meet up with a few of them in real life and to go out on photo walks. I found that when I was going on my photo walks out and about, that instead of being in my own little world and not really noticing what was going on around me, when I was out with my camera or my phone, I was noticing everything. I was, even when I didn't have it with me, I would be looking around noticing what would be nice to photograph, and all that was going on in nature with different birds and insects, different foliage, different flowers, what was growing, what was changing. I was really enjoying being outside again, having found it difficult to go out after Aidan died.
After joining the Well Image sort of program and doing your sessions, I really feel that it's really re-engaged with me. I've reconnected with photography. I've kind of gained a bit of, I've gained that passion for it again and for the natural world. And my husband's been brilliant. He's helped me. He's gone out on little walks with me and encouraged me to do the photography. So it's been, fantastic for that. So it's really helped my confidence. And I've learned lots of new things about the local area, about nature, about wildlife. You and Helen are so knowledgeable. So it's been great. It's improved like my confidence and ability, I think, to kind of start to reconnect with people. So in your sessions, I know the first sort of time I did it, I was really nervous about speaking out and talking in front of others and sort of sharing my images. But then as the time's gone on, I've gained confidence to do that and now feel that I am able to speak to others in what I consider to be like a safe environment. I wouldn't go out the door. My blinds were closed all the time. I wasn't going out and, socializing or anything with anybody. I wouldn't even talk to anybody because my social anxiety is so bad. But by doing these courses and with the encouragement from like my family and my husband, like I have actually been on these little nature walks and been taking photographs and and actually been outside and had all those benefits of nature and the fresh air and everything.